Hey guys, this is Tony here with Salt Strong, and in this video you're going to see a recent trip where I went out targeting largemouth bass using only the lures that we make here at Salt Strong. So you're going to see it was a pretty productive trip, was able to get on some nice fish, and again I was only using our lures. And if you are interested in any of the lures that you see in this video, you can pick them up at fishstrong.com. Alright, so we're doing something a little different today. Decided to go fish for some largemouth bass. I have all of our lures here. Basically only going to use our lures that we sell here at Salt Strong. Got paddle tails, jerk shads, also even going to try some shrimp and see if we can get some largemouth bass. I get a lot of questions from our members, you know, can we use the same lures freshwater and saltwater? So going to try to prove that here today. We're out on Lake Toho in Kissimmee, Florida. Very popular bass fishing lake. Pretty windy, which is another reason why I chose to stay inland on this trip. So we will get started here. Sun's just starting to poke up. I've also got a Moonwalker topwater rigged up. Probably going to start throwing that first thing and then switch over to either a jerk shad or a paddle tail. So again, just to quickly show what I'm throwing here, I've got our power prawn rigged up on a Tokyo rig. Going to use that for possibly flipping into the grass. Got our Alabama leprechaun on a 3/0 1/8 ounce twist lock hook. And I've got the Moonwalker here. Then I've got our Slam Shady Bomber on our new Haas Helix hooks. It's a 4/0 1/8 ounce hook. Using bait casting gear, spinning gear. Pretty much these two rods here, my spinning gear, it's what I use inshore. I've got 10-pound braid on this one, and I've got 20-pound on this one. Definitely want to go with heavier braid when fishing grass, just because it might be smaller fish, but if you hook into something decent in that grass, you want that strong braid to yank them out of there. So let's get to it. There's a fish. Nice. And a Moonwalker. Very nice. There we go. I just cast by that mixture of grass here. You got tall grass, lily pads that are just above the grass and or the water, and then you've got this submerged sort of hydrilla mix down here. Just working the Moonwalker right above that grass, so slammed it. So one lure down, Moonwalker, one bass. Nice little farewell. So the topwater bite pretty much slowed down after that. I switched to the Alabama leprechaun and tried that for a bit and wasn't getting any strikes, so switched over to the Slam Shady Bomber, and that's when the fish really started hitting. So I stuck with that pretty much the rest of the morning. Nice fish. Oh. Now you'll notice the retrieve I'm doing with the Slam Shady Bomber, keeping it close to the surface while also, you know, popping it as I'm doing a straight steady reel. There we go. Here we go. Now this fish actually had me wrapped around some vegetation, and I didn't want to try to yank the fish out of there, so what I did was just use the trolling motor to get over to the fish and then get him out. There's a fish on the bomber. Nice one on the bomber. Nice fish. Nice bass on the bomber. There he goes. Almost doing just a straight steady reel with this bomber. Just bringing it right through the grass. I'm doing this with 30-pound braid because I was using anything lighter, I could definitely get broken off if I hook into something in this grass. It's nice and scattered out here, which is what I like to see. Got another one on the bomber, on the edge of that grass over there. Little guy. Big appetite. So this next fish was the last fish of the day. Now notice I'm fishing more open water, and notice these little patches over here. This is actually grass that's topped out at the surface of the water. So what I did was I made a cast past that grass with the bomber and then just retrieved that lure through that grass, and then was just doing a straight steady retrieve with a few bounces and keeping that lure a little bit lower in the water column than I was doing earlier in the morning. With the sun higher, fish want to go after something a little bit lower in the water column just because they don't like to strike on the surface too much when that sun gets too high. There's a good one. There's a good one. Hit it while I was reeling it in. Nice fish. Here's a nice one. So that was it for this trip. Ended this trip with this really nice fish. And again, if you are interested in any of these lures, you can pick them up at fishstrong.com. And if you're one of our insider members, keep in mind that you do get an extra discount on all tackle and gear. And if you're new to Salt Strong, just know that we're the best online fishing club in America, especially if you're targeting redfish, sea trout, snook, or flounder. There's nothing else like it because we actually guarantee that you'll start catching more inshore fish while saving time and money. We do this through premium education, our exclusive insider fishing community, and huge discounts on the best tackle for saltwater anglers. To learn more, go to saltstrong.com. Otherwise, we hope to see you again soon.